welcome back to my channel. Today, we have a thought-provoking topic to discuss that has been on the minds of many individuals considering higher education in Canada. So we'll be diving deeper into the bitter truth about most Canadian universities. Grab your pen, grab your paper, because you have a lot to learn. And I'll be opening a lot of facts to you, okay? So before we get started, let's clarify that when we talk about most Canadian universities, we are referring to the general trends and observations that have been documented based on available data. So it's actually quite important for you to note that there are always exceptions to these trends and individual experiences. To provide you with the most accurate and up-to-date information, we have conducted extensive research analysis. So let's start by exploring some key areas where Canadian universities have faced criticism in recent years. I'm sure some of you know what I'm about to start with. So one of the major concerns surrounding Canadian universities is the issue of affordability. So the cost of tuition fees has been steadily increasing, making it very challenging for many students to pursue higher education without incurring significant debt. There's a university in one of the Atlantic regions of Canada that the tuition was around 4,000 or so. For international students, actually, around 4,045. By 2023, it has gone up to about 6,001 to almost getting to 7,000. So that's an example of what I mean by the tuition fee is steadily increasing. So according to a recent study by the Canadian Federation of Students, tuition fees have actually increased by an average of 3.1% per year. The financial burden can deter prospective students from pursuing their academic dreams and limit access to education for individual students from low-income backgrounds. Another grey area, thinking about it, is the lack of diversity and inclusion within Canadian universities. While efforts have been made to foster an inclusive environment, there are still disparities in terms of representation among certain marginalized groups. So it is actually very crucial for universities to prioritize diversity and ensure that all students have equal opportunities to thrive academically and socially. The truth is, it can be draining, because imagine that you're in an environment where you're being marginalized. You won't give your best in your academic work, in everything you're doing. You won't put in your best. So this can even pull you down. Then it will look as if you don't get sense. You now start scoring lower than what you scored. So when imagine your classmates you were giving first class, you're dusting them in class. Now realize that you're coming out with third class or something. They will now feel that truly, some of them will even think that you were even bribing lecturers in Nigeria just to pass. They won't know that you're in an environment that is not even helping you academically. So that's me just trying to buttress the point I just raised. Additionally, some critics argue that Canadian universities have become increasingly focused on research output and rankings, often at the expense of quality undergraduate education. This emphasis on research can sometimes lead to a disconnect between professors and students, with faculty members prioritizing their research over teaching and mentorship. It's not all bleak. This is the point I'm trying to raise, so that you won't be afraid of Canadian universities, to be honest. Whilst this thing is happening, right, the truth is that there's some goodness in the Canadian universities. Do you understand? It's not all bleak when it comes to these universities. There are numerous positive aspects that would actually keep your mind on them, one that you just be yearning to go to the schools. For instance, Canadian universities are renowned for their research contributions and innovation, all of those things. Many institutions actually have state-of-the-art facilities, well-equipped labs, and dedicated research centers. That one I can tell you for real. They provide students with valuable opportunities to engage in cutting-edge research projects. Okay. Another thing is that Canadian universities often emphasize experiential learning, and co-op programs, thereby allowing students to gain real-world experience in their chosen field before graduation. These practical experiences can enhance employability and give graduates a competitive edge in the job market. So before I move further, let me buttress what co-op means, because I know some people don't understand the difference between co-op and internship. You see, co-op, whenever you hear the word co-op, is supposed to be paid work. So yes, some Canadian universities have programs that come with paid work, which is co-op. So if you have an offer and the university knows that the co-op is not going to be a paid one, the truth is normally they will indicate it on your LOA. It will be indicated that it's going to be co-op unpaid. And if it's going to be internship is the one that is not paid. They will just write internship, and then if you need to pay, if you get a paid internship, they will indicate it on your LOA as well. So I just needed to buttress that point. Another advantage of Canadian universities is their global reputation for quality education. Several institutions consistently rank among the top universities worldwide, thereby attracting international students seeking a world-class education experience. So it's actually important to do thorough research and consider various factors before making a decision about which Canadian university is the right fit for you. So factors such as program offerings, faculty, expertise, campus culture, location, living expenses. Living expenses is very important. All these should be taken into account to ensure a well-rounded and fulfilling educational experience. So, in conclusion, while Canadian universities have their share of challenges, who doesn't? They also offer tremendous opportunities for academic growth and personal development. So it's essential for you to weigh the pros and cons to make an informed decision based on your individual goals and circumstances. All right, guys, that's it for today. So I hope this video is comprehensive enough and actually gave you some information about the bitter truth about most Canadian universities. So remember to leave a comment below with your thoughts and experiences regarding Canadian universities. I repeat, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future videos. Okay? So right now, I'm going to sign out. Your face show. Complete it. Your shoes shine.